identified him as the corporate Dalai Lama, which was his 3 words. So I'm going to go ahead and hand this over and ask you to introduce the rest of the group.
Thank you so much, Jessica. From the moment I entered this morning, first of all, may I request all the people who are sitting in the back, can you come in the front? Don't worry, if you want to leave, you can leave anytime. Because I know we like to sit in the back, so if it's boring, then we can leave. But my friend Dr. Salil Gupta has promised that we will not keep it boring. So please come forward.
It's going to be highly interactive.
Right. So please
and
come.
I can't see the last 4 rows.
So we want to talk to you, we want to listen to you. And so those of you who would like to spend another 30 minutes, I know you have endured 2 days, so another 30 minutes, please come forward. So all of you, my request, please come forward. Thank you so much. Give them a big hand. These are the pioneers, risk takers, brave people.
I spent my entire childhood sitting in the back bench.
I know. I identify them right away. You know the advantage? Anytime you want to get away,
Or not even coming.
when the professor is looking there, you leave. Right? Okay. So,
My eyes are focused.
so now you can leave. Lovely. So it will be an interactive session, like we said, and I'm delighted and I'm very grateful to my friend Dr. Salil Gupta and my colleague Nitya Gopal Prabhu. So why we are here? And I'm going to ask each one first to introduce. I have a long introduction for each one of them, as you know, but to save time, I'll just say a few words for each one of them, and I'll request if I miss anything, then they can add to it. Okay? So first of all, Dr. Salil Gupta. He is a very warm, fun-loving person. He just wrote a book with Dr. Shivam Dubey, and both of them have written this book on Ramayana. He's got a copy of it. We have it. So we can show it to you. Yeah. And those of you interested in that, you can get a copy of that from Amazon. And what I really love about him, he is so much committed to serve. And he's involved in Rotary Club, he's involved in, you name it, and he's involved. And when we want him, even in spite of his busyness, he's willing to come and help us. So please give him a big warm. Then I have Nitya Gopalji, and he is a monk, as you can see from Hare Krishna. But last year I met him when I first arrived here in Pine Lake, and immediately we connected. He is also a certified transformational coach, which is very rare. You see a nice combination. And he and I connected on well-being, because he is very integrative. He is focused on spiritual wellness. And those of you know well-being we defined as how many? I call it the Ashtang well-being model, right? Many of you have seen that. Internal, physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, external, financial, professional, and environmental, and one is missing, social. And we know, the scientists tell us now, or all the research coming out, that it's so important to have the social connection, right? Blue zones and all the studies done, they all talk about how important social connections are. So, if we want to have an overall well-being, then we believe in having an integrative approach. And that's why today we talk about integrative medicine. And I'm delighted to have allopathic doctors, Ayurvedic doctors, and we all come together in this lovely facility here. Now, let me share my vision for a minute, and then I'll turn to the speakers.
You have to introduce yourself.
That's enough for me, what she just said. So what is important to me is that for so many years, we have been seeing the benefit of Ayurveda. How many thousands of years? You all know better than I know, right? For thousands of years, we have seen the benefit of, you name it, starting from Tulsi, and all the way to where is Sean Lakshman. Is he here yet? Yeah, so I saw Changeri, and its medical name is?
Oxalis corn.
Nilata. Conulata.
Cornulata.
That's how
Oxalis cornulata.
Conulata. We just
corn ko leke kyun nahi aata?
Yeah, that's how. So give him a hand for remembering that. This is a trick we used to do in college days, remember? Okay, remember, make an acronym, remember that? And so that's how we remember. So Changeri is one example, those of you who've seen outside. There are many such examples, but not a single drug has been approved by FDA. Is that true? Not a single drug has been approved. And we can get them as supplements, but there are pros and cons of that. And also Ayurveda is still not, I mean, my hands off. Let's give a big hand to Aparna, Rupali, and all of you who are trying to make this a health freedom state. Did I get it right? Health freedom state. Florida is going to be like California and others. And then we also wanted to become the first state to Ayurveda licensed where we can practice. Ayurveda doctors can practice it. And in that vision, this is the vision I had when I talked to Rupaliji and Aparnaji. This is the vision. But what I added to that, which is also a long-term vision for many of us, is to get at least one product approved by FDA. Why? Because I worked for Beckman Coulter in Miami for 15 years, and I was director of productivity quality. And my job was part of a team where we used to get FDA approvals. So our team has some knowledge, and they are all willing to work with me to get a product approved. It's probably a $5 to $10 million venture, and it might take 3 to 5 years. It used to take almost 10 years, doing the double-blind studies, and Salilji can tell you more about the process. But what I'm after here, and I'm so grateful, because I've been meeting wonderful people from this morning. And now we know, and the question we are asking is, which we just asked, what did the question we asked to Lakshmanan?
So my question remains the same since I met Dinesh Chandraji over a year ago. Which of the medicine in Ayurvedic space is most likely to get FDA approval based on benefits, based on research at a lab research, pharmacological research, and plus minus clinical research? So this is a question for all of you, and let's name some top candidates.
Turmeric.
So, which one?
Turmeric.
Turmeric, yeah, that's easy, the number one. There is Lakshmanan, Sean. We just talked about Changeri, and he was able to spell it on Oxalis convolata. Did he say it right? Give him a big hand. I'm delighted and I'm really grateful to have met him today, because the kind of things he's talking about and with his background, we are delighted, and we can begin to shortlist these products. And another suggestion came out, wonderful suggestion. I was thinking of one, and we met two doctors this morning, Dr. Tandon here and Dr. Okay, so they suggested that they probably left for the flight. They suggested to not go for one, but he says shortlist 3, and then work with those 3 and see. Sean suggested that go for the one which can be FDA approval becomes easier. So we have a list of products we shortlist, and then we go after maybe 3. So out of that, if we can get one approved, that is the turning point. Because if we can get one approved, then second would be easier. You all agree with that?
Yeah.
The first one is the hard one, right? And that's why we have been stuck for all these years, and there's no shortage of money. Because guess, if we can get one thing approved with a proper portion, what kind of market we are looking at to do anything with Alzheimer's or to do anything with any other things we talk about? What kind of market we are looking at? How many billions? Right?
Multi-millions.
Exactly. So it's a good business investment, and it will be very easy for us to attract the business investors as well. But we need to put together a solid plan, a good plan where allopathic doctors like Salilji and my other panelists,
Spiritual doctors.
Spiritual doctors, Nitya Gopalji, and my surgeon, right?
Haddiyon ke doctor.
Haddiyon ke doctor. Avinash Jadavji. So we need to put our brains together, and researchers like Sean Lakshmanan, when we put our brains together and then we come out with a solid proposal, then we can get this approved. And imagine if we get one approved, and what happens to our licensing process, they'll also get facilitated. Okay? So with that in mind, let me give opportunity to our spiritual master and wellness coach and my dear buddy Prabhu Nitya Gopal Das.
Thank you very much for this very exaggerated introduction. I don't deserve any of that. So, my work has been always in integrating different aspects of Vedic sciences, and Ayurveda is one of the very profound science we study in ancient culture. My question always been that how come Ayurveda in today's day and age is not so effective? It is effective, it is working. At the same time, we see the kind of promises it has made, we are not able to reap those benefits. Mistake could be from our side, a mistake could be in the process. So what do you all think? Why we are not able to have this effectiveness from the treatment from Ayurvedic herbs and from all the different kind of modality it has? What do you all think? What do you all think we don't have that? I'm sorry?
Because it's been benchmarked against Western standards of analysis.
I mean, it's competing with the Western allopathic sciences for sure, yes. Anybody else who would like to try? I mean, why are we, yeah.
Standardization.
Standardization, beautiful, thank you. Yeah.
I think people are also upset they don't make as much money.
Yeah, commercial aspect of it, they don't make as much as money. For sure, thank you. Anybody else? Why are we not able to get that tangible benefits and that we don't have that conviction by ourselves? Then we still have doubts whether it can really cure it, what promises it shows we're to be able to deliver it. We don't immerse ourselves 100% the way we would believe Western medicine, allopathic medicines. What's the reason for that?
It's a very slow process of healing.
Very slow process. Okay.
I think also going back to the business of not being able to make as much money, once someone practices Ayurveda, implements these beautiful therapies, they don't need to rely on the system anymore.
Yes.
So it takes away from their profit. They don't have to, make money off of your sickness anymore. They don't want you to know all these cures.
I mean, there's a black, dark, shady aspect of commercialization in that.
Sorry.
For sure, yes. Yeah.
I'd say the spiritual aspect of it not being linked with the Ayurvedic medications, because that is one of the, based on my personal experience, that is one of the biggest components of effectiveness of Ayurveda, is the consciousness and awareness towards yourself and towards your body.
I mean,
That has a big impact on the healing.
yeah. So I think I will take a lead from there. So we think Ayurveda to be a discrete and disintegrated and in itself a science, a holistic, a way of treating our diseases. But as he was mentioning, Ayurveda is not a discrete science. It is not a disintegrated science. It is a holistic science. The ages it was very effective, they not only practiced Ayurveda, they practiced many other aspects of holistic sciences. We miss all of that. We just take a component of it and we just try to understand, and it's not working out. It's not working out. The reason is Ayurveda is there are two ways basically. Every Vedic sciences have two purposes. One is primary purpose, one is secondary purpose. The secondary purpose of Ayurveda is treatment, but that's not primary purpose. You would be amazed to know. The primary purpose of Ayurveda is not to treat the disease. The primary purpose of Ayurveda is to become aware of yourself. Is to become aware of your nature. Is to become aware of your own reality. So once you're aware what kind of body you have, and you start aligning yourself what really Mother Nature wants you to take, how the Mother Nature wants to take care of your body. So this awareness, for example, there are sister science of Ayurveda is astrology. We always connect astrology to Ayurveda. There was a book written by Dr. David Foley, I think, Ayurveda Astrology. So it talks about astrology is not about predictive science. It can predict very well that what is going to happen in your life. But most important aspect of astrology is to understand your own self, understand your psyche better, understand your blockages, understand your gifts which you can deliver to the world in this point of time. So it has primary purpose, it has secondary purpose. We have lost the primary purpose to understand it can create awareness in our life, and we are just going to the secondary purpose. Because we are losing the primary purpose, that's why secondary purpose is not working out. So things always move from subtle to gross. So in Ayurveda, by becoming aware of the body, it has to allow us to go within and to also understand what's happening in deep in myself. For example, as we said, the things move from subtle to gross. 3 prakritis are the physiological component of 3 gunas what impacts on the subtle body. We also believe there is a mind, we have a subtle body, we have a gross body. With the help of Ayurveda, we can understand what's happening in the gross body, but it is a projection, it is a reflection what is happening in the subtle body, what is happening in your mind. And 3 forces which impacts what's happening in the mind is sattva, rajas and tamas. Enlightening, passionate mode and the dark mode. These 3 modes reflect on the body and they take 3 doshas. And then you can have different combinations now. Somebody would have heard pitta dosha, all of you would have heard pitta dosha. How many of you have heard sattvic pitta? How many of you have heard rajasic tamas? It's a combination. Practical combinations. So when we understand our psyche and we understand our body mind system, that's how it gets integrated. For example, small exercise for all of you. All of you are able to see all of us here, right? So how are you seeing all of us? How are you able to see all of us? At least me now.
It's a trick question.
How are you able to see me?
I'm able to see through my eyes.
Through your eyes. But can you see your eyes?
No. Unless I look in the mirror.
Yes. Mirror. So I cannot see myself because I cannot see my eyes because I need mirror for that. So similarly, I cannot see my thought process, although I see the word to thought process. So I need a mirror for that. Is Ayurveda science like a mirror for us? It acts like a mirror. And when we act like a mirror, then it helps us. Beyond mind is consciousness. When we talk about the higher consciousness is, the better you can control your gunas, the better you can manage your 3 doshas also. So, not taking the Ayurveda in itself, but also having a holistic perspective and also working on your raising your consciousness, it all get integrated in that particular sense. Just wanted to share some aspect of from consciousness to Ayurveda. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to put my buddy on spot here. Describe Avinash Dadalji in 3 words.
मैं already बोल दिया ना.
Impressible.
हड्डी के डॉक्टर.
Doctor the now 3 more words.
3 more words.
Yeah. Which kind of describe him?
He is always smiling. He.
Is this a trick question?
Yeah, it is a trick question.
This is done.
And he lives fairly close to where I live. And
So he's your neighbor.
He's young.
Yeah.
Younger than me.
Yeah, okay. Now you can add to it, if he missed out anything. Please introduce yourself.
Oh.
I met him twice. I know that Aparna ji is his better off, right? Better half. He's the Hangini.
Well, that's the best introduction. So,
Yeah. Very embarrassing.
and that completes everything. So
Would you like to make any comment about how can we get this product approved by FDA?
I don't know. I mean, that's not really my field. I never got any product approved or anything, but it's a long process. I can tell you that it's a long fight. It usually takes 5 to 10 years to get that done, and needs a lot of money also, as you know, a lot of processing. I think I see your point. That get lots of money. then people will probably donate you $5 to $10 million, and you can use some of those funds to get what the lawyers were telling us earlier, the Health Freedom Act or Expanded Practice Act or something like that, and eventually getting a license from Ayurveda itself. So that's ultimately should be our goal, and I really think, I don't know which way we should go, maybe we can get the product approved first and get the money through that, or we can, but that's a lot of money, we're going to need $5 to $10 million. If we just try to get the Ayurveda license, then probably that's going to take 1/10 of that money, maybe $500,000 to get the lobbyists, and once you have lobbyists and once they have the money and they work on it, literally any law can get approved as long as it's not harmful to the public. And we all know that Ayurveda is not harmful, it's actually helpful. We heard so many stories today that it can really do miracles. And all of us want to, as allopathic doctors also want to practice it, want to promote it, want to prescribe it, and want to get our patients better. But these laws really come in our way, the licensing regulations really come in our way. That's why I asked him a question, that if I know that I'm at the end of the road in treating a patient's, I mean, that simplest example is back pain or neck pain, and I think maybe some of the Ayurvedic medicines would really help the patients. And I'm tempted to ask the patient to either prescribe it, refer it, or treat myself and suggest those things to the patient. If they go in hands of a good patient, then that's no problem, but if it's something goes wrong, and then they can complain, and my license is on the line, I can lose my license, and that's why we need these laws to be approved as soon as possible. A lot of my friends, especially primary practitioners, they have done Ayurveda courses for a year or two, and they've learned it, and then they have run into this roadblocks. Their intention of learning Ayurveda was so that they can supplement their practice with all these other beautiful remedies that Ayurveda has. And once they do that, they really think that in their formal official practice in which they document and all that, they cannot really document that, hey, I'm recommending this patient Shirodhara or Kativasti or Pindasweda or Panchakarma or whatever. Because if it works good, if nobody complains, but if there's a problem, then they could get into trouble. And the problem can come from anywhere, not necessarily from a patient, because most of the patient could be happy, but it can come from a competitor who wants to get you out of business so that he can get more business. So that is a real worry. We all want to, as allopathic practitioners, want to promote Ayurveda, want to practice it. And as I think Dr. Pathak was saying, this is really the mainstream medicine, because this has been there for 5,000 to 6,000 years. Ayurveda is the mainstream medicine. And this is really alternative medicine. We are trying to get the Western medicine because it gives a fast impact. But it's really, speed is not everything. You know, what I think when he asked the question, what is the aim of the Ayurveda? I said, the medicine's aim is to treat the diseases, but Ayurveda actually goes a step forward. It keeps you healthy, it prevents diseases. And so it's not just about treating something, it's about having a good lifestyle. So, and that is really important. And that has financial implications. The doctors will get less patients. But I mean, those are all the things we can sort it out, you know, we can figure it out. First thing is we need to get it legalized so that people are not scared of practicing Ayurveda. Even the Ayurveda practitioners who are practicing it, they have to get a disclaimer in the beginning that, hey, I'm not a doctor, I'm not treating you, I'm not diagnosing you, I'm not curing you. Why? That's what you're doing, you know, you're teaching him. I mean, you should be proud of what you're doing, and you should be able to say that. If you're going to say that I'm not doing this, then the patients go away. So let's get these laws somehow approved. Let's raise funds and get these laws approved, and then, you know, practice Ayurveda fearlessly and give our patients better health.
Give them a big hand. And now I'm going to ask Dr. Gupta, what is your input on what is the next step we can take? And then we're going to open it up on the floor for any of you have any suggestions. We are going to do crowdsourcing, okay? So that's one idea we had. Because what he just said, so many people take pride, we don't have to hide it. We can take pride that I'm practicing Ayurveda and subscribing medicine, but we take money. And I have no doubt that once we associate with that proud, my friend Jignesh Patel, he told me, if people take pride in that, $5 to $10 million is peanuts. You all agree? If people take pride in that and establishing Ayurveda. I only see one person. Show me your hand. How many of you believe that it's possible? And people would give us money. Good, quite a few. So here's Saliji.
Thank you very much. I just want to briefly talk about why I am here. Other than Dinesh, you have invited me. So I am a newborn specialist. I was trained in India as a OBGYN. I came to this country. I learned pediatric resident. I did pediatric residency and then fellowship in neonatology. And my focus has been always, how do we improve the health of moms and babies in my field? And I spent countless days and weeks and months and years in focusing on that issue. I initiated 4 different neonatal ICU and were able to show that a compassionate, outcome-oriented medical practice can bring good results. And once I retired, I have been focusing on this concept of how to create healthy outcomes in all these 7 domains that we talked about. And I know he made a very good point that the ancient wisdom starts from top to the bottom. We are a spirit first, then we have subtle body. We have, you guys are familiar with Panchakosha. So we have Anandamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, then Pranamaya Kosha, and then Annamaya Kosha. So all the ancient medical systems are based on that hierarchy. In traditional medicine and modern science, it's the upward causation that we are all atoms and molecules and chemicals, and somehow these chemicals make life. And then we evolved into human beings, and somehow we have this non-physical mind. And we have no explanation how mind can generate consciousness. And then how consciousness is linked to superintelligence, God, universe. So that is why there is a very difficult path for Ayurvedic medicine. It's because we are dealing with a concept which is upside down.
Sorry, I thought that was interesting.
What was that?
I thought that was an interesting way to look at it, sorry. Yeah.
Right. So this is not my concept. This is a physicist by the name of Amit Goswami. And you can Google, and he has hundreds of YouTube videos. He popularized this concept of upward causation and downward causation. So in my understanding, unless you have a spiritual health, you won't have a good mental health. Unless you have a good mental health, you won't be having a good physical health. Because once you reach a point of not very good physical health, it's going to cause more problem upward. So just reminding that we have forgotten the first part of Ayurveda, how to know yourself. And if we can introduce that concept in our day-to-day practice, it will definitely help. My role with Dinesh Chandra is on wellness community in Orlando and how we can create a community in which wellness is focused. And that is why Ayurveda is involved, because Ayurvedic principles are primarily for prevention of diseases before they take hold of the physical body. Now, as far as approval of medicine, I have been involved in clinical research. I was trained at Iowa City, Iowa, University of Iowa. I was involved in basic original research on surfactant. I don't know how many of you are familiar with. It's a life-saving drug for premature babies and has dramatically changed life in our field. So it is a very rigorous process. We were talking to, we need basic science, we need evidence from pharmaceutical, pharmacology, sciences, we need clinical studies. It is a long process, but I believe in this goal that FDA approval of 1, 2, or 3 pharmaceutical agents that we, or treatment modalities that we have in Ayurveda will dramatically change the environment for every one of you sitting here. And so I will request that we all participate. People who are in academics can start working or looking at the current research. People who are in clinical practice, be ready to enroll patients if we do get something. And I know there are a couple of agents which are approved in India through the similar process. So it's not out of the way that we will not be able to do it. And the last thing I want to make a comment is with working with Sanjay Verma, we have a startup company called Velopathy, and that is integrating all the holistic medicine, specifically Ayurvedic, through an AI-generated model to provide very specific, highly personalized treatment plan for every disorder. And it has been already implemented in India, and it will be coming to US, and that's why all of these issues are very important of licensing and getting that done. So I will hand over my mic to Dineshji, but you guys are not done. I need 3 medicines, the best 3 medicines in Ayurvedic field who you guys all think have the best chance of getting FDA approved based on your understanding, your research, your experience, so that we can mobilize forces that will be needed to complete that process.
Give them a big hand. So we can do a very quick survey. Any person can name one product what he suggested, and then we can go and just see show of hands. How many of you think that could be a good choice? So we're going to shortlist 3 items, right? So anybody suggest anything you want.
Turmeric.
Turmeric, that's number 1. How many hands for turmeric? That we should go deeper into it and research. Could be a good product we can come out with. Can somebody count, please? Who is a good counter here? I think Jessica.
Raise them high, because I can count them.
Yeah.
Sir, this is already been done.
No, we are just getting a sense here.
20.
No, FDA approval.
Number 2.
FDA.
FDA. Number 2.
Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
Come on, guys. How many Ashwagandha?
Wait, can we vote twice? People are voting twice.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
vote. Everybody has 3 votes.
Keep going.
Everybody has 3
Keep
votes.
Ashwagandha. Okay, 1.
One.
5, 25, 6.
How much was turmeric?
Okay. Anyone suggest any other thing? Anything else?
Triphala.
Oh, yay!
Sorry.
I like that.
Trifla. Okay, Trifla. How many for Trifla?
1, 2. Everybody. Did I
No.
I need a number?
Yeah.
Damn, Pitta. Okay. 1.
Everybody, I guess.
No? Everybody is not raising
That's
their hand.
fine.
No, we want to count so that we have a
27.
scientific.
27.
27.
27,
Okay.
26,
Is
20.
somebody writing those?
No, you are.
20.
I don't have a pen.
Okay. 20,
Give me a
25,
pen.
27, right?
Yes.
25 or 26?
I thought it was 26.
25, 20, and 27. Now, those of you who have exercised 3 votes, you cannot vote any vote. Self-check, okay? Now, anyone else? Fourth one. Any other product?
Brahmi.
Brahmi. Okay, how many for Brahmi? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Need a pen?
5. 1, 2, 3,
I think I got
4,
7.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So, any other product? Anything else? Tulsi.
Ooh, Tulsi.
Okay,
That's not
Tulsi.
bad.
Where is
No, we could be
Balaji?
here all day.
Yeah.
All day.
How many for Tulsi?
Tulsi. I'm gonna go for Tulsi.
Okay, let's count.
Who's coming in for Tulsi?
Let's count. 1, 2. How much gonna vote for Tulsi? 1, 2, 3.
9.
You're voting.
9 for Tulsi.
Okay, 9 for Tulsi. Anything else? Anything else? How about Chagiri? Chagiri.
Shangri. Oxalis
The only
corneata.
problem is we're out of time. We're well past time.
Okay.
So.
Anyway, so you got the sense. If we can collect this kind of data at a bigger level and conduct surveys and then we go after it in a systematic manner. Jagdeshi?
One of the things is there are already some ingredient manufacturers that bring products from India, and if we partner with them,
Yeah.
like a manufacturer of ashwagandha, Himalaya, I think there should be a coalition that needs to be built and vote on this together.
Excellent thought. Excellent thought. One of the ideas also that we need to manufacture it here so that avoid all the issues and the standards and the quality. How many of you think that's a good idea? Manufacture it here.
Manufactured all here. We have it.
Quite a few.
See, the people do in
Did you want-
Canada, they do it.
Yeah.
Canada,
What
they
about
manufacture many of the Siddha Ayurveda
Exactly. So,
thing. Only problem is this country.
Yeah.
yeah, but what we're gonna do is we're going to have a motion, make it patentable, make it where we can make that and have some secret formula to it, okay? Now I open the floor for questions or
Dinesh,
comments.
I have
Questions,
some-
comments.
Wait, I can't, love, I can't. I have to be the mean one and cut you guys off because we're
Yeah.
well past time. And the problem is this facility closes sharp. And if we are still in here, it's a huge issue.
Okay, so in India, what we do is we turn off the lights and the fans and
Yeah,
AC, right?
yeah,
So
no,
we can turn off the lights
she's
and
quite
the-
mean and she
We have to
comes
keep
around
them
and,
also.
yeah.
Okay, so the last comment goes to him.
No,
not last
you
comment.
can't. No. I'm mean. I love you. Okay, we have one more, very quick, 1 minute, and then if anybody wants to stay, we can do a very brief closing ceremony. Heather's an incredible chanter, and we can close the chant and send everyone on their way if you're interested in that. But we have one student coming up, right?
Yes. This is a student, she will present for her.
Okay, she coming? Oh, she's bringing it up, okay.
So, so this is a research, these are research students. See, what we are doing global research on all the ancient science. Ayurveda is like Ayurveda, Siddha, we are doing key, but global, and this is a Bharatanatyam. What is the connection between Natya and Ayurveda? Anybody?
I'll help you hold it up.
What was that?
What is Gandharva Veda?
Dancing and
Gandharva Veda?
Yeah.
Gandharva Veda
Yeah.
is the music.
Music. All these concepts are arts and music. These are all a part of our ancient science. We just have to not have to limit to one thing. So they has done research on the Bharatanatyam. We publish this and see alternative and complementary medicine journals. They have accepted an abstract for Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi. So you know how to write, we are telling how to write and publish in mainstream. That's what we need to learn here. So she has done this work, she does so much of marma, other things in this age. How old are you?
I'm 40.
She does Bharatanatyam, ancient martial art. Ayurvedic, Silambam, the stick, rolling the stick. All experts. She did
And we're
very
all gonna
fast
sign up for the
Next time
class.
you will sign. Lot of arts she knows practices. This is an example. An example of a student who practices her range because we need to take to this generation. Otherwise we lose the knowledge.
Very nice.
Whole thing. Okay, so that's what we are
Where
doing.
is she based?
She's based here in Orlando.
Perfect.
We need you in our Pine Lake retreat well-being community.
Yay!
Big hands.
Here your teacher.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Tell your name.
Kritisha. My name is Kritisha.
Tell quickly what you are doing. What you did.
So this is a study on the expressive act of Bharatanatyam and its effect on emotional regulation. So India has a bunch of 8 classical dances: Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, Kuchipudi, Odissi, Manipuri, Mohiniyattam, and Satriya. Today we're mainly focusing on Bharatanatyam. In Bharatanatyam we have Nritya, which is what we're focusing on today. Nritya is going to be your emotions and your character portrayal and your abhinaya or your expressions. We also have Nritta, which is your steps and your posture and your movement. So when expressing emotions, we mainly talk about Namarasa, which is the 9 emotions that are expressed in the form of abhinaya. We have love, laughter, compassion, valor, anger, fear, disgust, wonderment, and peace. Now, the main objective of the study is to see how practicing these emotions and how practicing Nritya has an effect on stress regulation and emotional regulation. So, as we see here, your emotions are mainly connected with your prefrontal cortex of your brain. This part is responsible for attention, decision making, emotion, setting goals, self-control, working memory, and all of that. So in this study, what we did was we recorded 50 participants, and from ages 16 to 50. And the main prerequisite was that they had to be trained classical dancers with various levels of experience. We had a group from 3 to 5 years, 6 to 8 years, and then 8+ years. Now, what they did was, they were given a self-report survey on before and after the experiment, where they had to see how stressed or their emotions and what we did was, after taking the survey, we got a result on how stressed they felt and how anxious they felt, how they thought they felt. And during this experiment, each person practiced Nritya for 30 minutes every day. They would practice portraying their character, practice expressing the namarasas, and after this, they practiced for over a month. And then after they were given another survey to see how they felt now, and how they thought, how anxious or stressed they thought they were. And it showed significant change significant reduction on stress levels. There were more people that felt relaxed or indifferent after practicing Namarasa and Nritya for 30 minutes every day than before they did all of this. So this shows how Bharatanatyam, how this expressive act of Bharatanatyam has a great influence and a benefit for therapeutic healing benefits, and can actually and promises good mental health and stress reduction.
So anybody interested in this kind of research, anything you know in ancient science, you don't have to worry. There is a way to publish here, only we need to know the language of this culture. Then we can publish. There is nothing that, there are so many avenues. I was in Harvard, I published 14, first year, 14 papers in one year. Just on Ayurveda. Think about it. Okay, thank you.
I get to be mean again.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.